Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Wednesday, November 9th, and the moon is in Gemini. The moon moved into Gemini at 8. Actually, the moon may not be in Gemini quite yet. It moves into Gemini at 8. I believe 38 a.m. on the east coast of the U.S. So the moon will be in Gemini, which means there'll be a lot of talking going on. And of course, there's going to be a lot of talking going on because we just had the midterms. That's Charlie. He's just being crazy. Oh, goodness gracious. So, whoa, right? Yesterday was intense. And here she comes. Hi, Charlotte. Now she's probably gonna rub all around where he was. Oh no, she's gonna rub in her own spot. Oh, here he comes. Uh-oh. Charlie, what you doing? Yeah, Charlotte, don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Our mama's here. Charlotte. Here you go, Charlotte. Put that tail up. You show him who's who. It's kind of like the elections yesterday, right? Show you who's who. All right, let's go back. So a lot of things happened besides the eclipse yesterday. We had the Sun and Mercury make a superior conjunction in the sign of Scorpio, and we had Mercury oppose Uranus. Oppositions bring awareness. Of course, Mercury is the lower mind, the logical mind. Uranus is the higher mind. So there were messages, or certainly things to be seen, to be understood. And today the Sun makes that exact opposition to Uranus. It did occur early in the morning, so it did happen already. But that opposition, of course, the oppositional energy is all over the place with the full moon, the lunar eclipse. All those planets on the side of the moon and Uranus and the North Node, and then all those planets on the side of the South Node. So you can't really miss it. It's just all one big awareness that we have. So we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. So I just want to describe my voting experience. I did wait until. This is Charlie attacking a leaf. Oh my God, I really needed this, guys. Thank you. So I went and voted in person. I live in a blue state. I felt there was no danger. People are very, they don't put up with that stuff here, at least not in my neighborhood. And it's right down the street from me, so I should have probably walked because it was just like a short walk. But I drove, and it was bustling. It was bustling. There were a lot of people coming in and out. There was no fuss, no muss. I did walk in the exit, so they had to say, no, you have to go in that door. So that was interesting. And then when you walk in, I had a choice to go to the right or the left. The right was the 5th district, the left was the 4th district. And I've been here now for 17 years, and I can never remember if I'm the 4th district or the 5th district. So I went over to the right, which was a mistake because I never go to the right anyway. I'm always sort of a bit of a lefty, and that was the wrong side. So then I had to go to the correct side, which was the left side of the room where I registered, and then I proceeded to vote. And I got my little I voted stamp when I had put my ballot in. And I walked out into the sunshine, and I was verklempt. I cried. Here we're voting for the first female to be governor of Massachusetts. First chance. Well, there's been other candidates, but nobody's ever won. No females have ever won, and I'm sure Maura Healey won. That'll be our governor. She is our attorney general. She's done a lot of good suits and stuff that I agree with. You know, the state of Massachusetts sues Trump and all that stuff. Love that. And anyway, and she'll be the first openly gay governor of Massachusetts. So that, to me, that was progress. Plus, I like her politics. It's not just that she's a woman and she's a lesbian, but I do like her politics. And hopefully she won, which was pretty much, they said. I mean, I'd be amazed if she didn't. Count those ballots, man. But anyway, that's beside the point. So there wasn't a whole lot of tension at the polls. It was actually I felt a sense of jubilation. There were older people there working the polls. There were young people working the polls. There were middle-aged people working the polls. And as I was walking out, this cat, he's looking for her. That's what it is. He keeps looking for Charlotte, and she's like, "Get out of here, mister. I got things to do." What are you doing, Charlie? As I was walking out with an older woman, you know, well-dressed, bun in her hair, very erudite. And coming the other way was and all kinds of people coming in. And there was one young woman, and she had the biggest smile on her face, and she had a little baby in her arms. It was about maybe a year old, maybe 18 months old. And I turned to the lady as we were walking out, and I said, "You got to get them used to voting young." She's like, "Yeah, we need it." I go, "We certainly do." And it was celebratory. So I know not everybody's experience is like that, but I want you to know that people are out there and people are having their voice heard. And the system in general is pretty good. Of course, they're trying to get people in to disrupt the system, of course, you know, because why would you want something to work? Please. How are you ever going to have power again? Because you don't really attend to anybody's needs. Well, that's another story for another day. But I didn't want this to be too political. I just wanted you guys to know that here where I live, voting was like a party. It's like a party. But I came home. I didn't watch any returns. I did not want to put the television on at all. I figured I will look later today or in a couple of days. Well, later today I'll see who my governor is. But those really tight races, just kind of see and try to be an observer of what's happening, not get triggered by what's happening. I think one of the things that we have to understand, and I see it on both sides, more on the right side than the left side, but is this idea of seeing what you want to see and not accepting otherwise. Now, of course, us Democrats have had to accept Trump for 4 years, and that was not fun. And we had to accept George W. for 8 years. That was a disaster. And hopefully this even Steven thing is we're over that, because it's obvious that the other side is not playing fair and things aren't even Steven. They're either going to cheat or they're going to lose. Now, I'm not saying it always has to be that way. I would prefer it not to be that way, but that's the way it is now. So one other thing I want to mention, if you haven't seen our Moonshine episode, the Blood Beaver Moon with me and Ona, that's on her channel, Ona's Tarot. If you want more information about the eclipse, you can check out my week ahead, Astrology of the Week Ahead. It's on my channel, and it's for the first 2 weeks of November, but there are timestamps, so you can go and see the timestamp and get right to this week. And I get into the eclipse and show you I mean, if you haven't been inundated too much with eclipse stuff, because everybody's putting up with eclipse stuff, which is great because everybody has a little bit of a different perspective. Marianne from Revealing Light put up a wonderful eclipse video. I love the way she does astrology. She has a really good base knowledge of astrology, and then she utilizes her intuition to sort of psych out the chart. She's very good and I believe very accurate. So there's all kinds of people out there talking, but the more information that's going to be useful to us and help us understand our position is good information in my perspective. Not so much about candidates as much as you yourself and how you navigate these times. And is there anything else? I also did an in the news about Nancy Pelosi, and I did it before I saw her interview with what's his name, Anderson Cooper. I did it, and then the Anderson Cooper interview came out. I did it before the interview Cooper, and what I said in that video, I feel even more so because watching Nancy deal with and talk about what happened, and we have to back our women up. It's no more attacking women, no more attacking, period. Let's just not put up with it and move on and get working, because there's a lot of work to be done, and we're never going to get anything done if we can't talk to one another. So I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. Here, let me jump off my soapbox. No, I would never do that, because I'd fall down and hurt myself, and then you guys would have to call 911 on me if I jumped off anything right now. It's too early, and I haven't had enough coffee for me jumping on nothing. So that's the story, morning glories. And I don't know, do we have any morning? Oh, here's a morning glory. Okay, just for you guys. It's been cold. It's been cold last couple of nights, and so now we're starting to see the die off of the flowers, but we still have one persistent. This plant is just like it's like on a stick. Look at that. If the stick is dying, but there's a flower. Reminds me of that song from, was it the 70s? There is a rose in Spanish Harlem. Well, it's a hibiscus in Wareham. Anyway, have yourself a wonderful day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Namaste.